Right. Into the informal bit now. I'm going to, as the person who's got control of the day, I'm going to give the NJPN notices first. But if Barbara Kentish can be on hand for the next one. So the next networking day, because we don't know what things are going to be like, is still going to be by Zoom. So the planned one for the East Midlands is going to be by Zoom. It's gone on Eventbrite today, and you've had the link in an email this morning, so you can start to book. The conference that should have been this weekend, postponed to next year. Sorry, I haven't got a new logo yet. So 2021, Action for the Earth. Put in your diaries the 23rd to the 25th of July at Swanwick. We have that booked. And finally, the AGM, which again, if we'd have been at Swanwick today, the postponed one would have been this afternoon, sorry, tomorrow afternoon. We're going to do that instead of the November networking day. That hopefully will be in London if we can meet, but we will try and make some kind of Zoom access for those who still feel that they can't travel. So that's NJPN. So I'm going to put, Barbara, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm unmuted.
And I'm going to put a screen up for Barbara with a couple of things, if I can find it. Where is it? Safe Passage.
Oops, there. Right, can I go? Can I start?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I did put this up on the chat earlier. I was trying to get it when the JRS talk was on, because it's connected with refugees. As people know, the immigration bill is going through Parliament at the moment. What's going to happen with our immigration law post-Brexit? The bit that we're concerned about is the reunification of families. When I say we, I'm talking about the campaigns group of Safe Passage, and the three Catholics involved are Judy Ann Masters, who's around here somewhere on the screen, and Judith Williams. And we got involved, we were asked to get our faith leaders involved, writing to the Prime Minister to make provision for unaccompanied minors. And we did write to our faith leaders. We had a very short space of time, so I apologise if people didn't find out about it till too late, but Bishop Paul McAleen, lead bishop for migrants, signed it. Bishop Declan Lang, International Affairs, Bishop Nicholas Hudson, the Westminster JMP bishop, and also Bishop William Nolan, the Scottish JMP. They all asked for the reunification of families and unaccompanied minors to be high on the list of government priorities in the new bill. It's not in the bill yet, and we're still campaigning on that. If people want to write to their MPs, I think there's a link there somewhere. What you've got there is the faith leaders letter is on screen at the moment. There is another link to show you what you can say to your MPs when you write. If you have any friendly people in the House of Lords, it's a great time to do that now. So that's Safe Passage, and anybody wants to join in with that. Oh, the bishops wrote back to us, here we go. And a very good supportive letter from the bishops. It'll be there, I won't read it out to you. There's also a letter to MPs. People can get in touch if they want, if that one doesn't appear. Basically, the immigration bill is, as you can imagine, reinforces the hostile environment we all have come to know. The other thing that the bishops have spoken out about is indefinite detention, but mainly we're concentrating on the family reunification. So that's all I'll say about it at the moment. I'll put the link up to the letter you can write to your MP if that's not there anywhere. So thanks ever so much, Jeff, and thanks for putting me in the list. Wonderful conference, and also happy birthday to Sister Liz, if she's still there. She's been amazing for many, many years and hasn't given up, and this is just another milestone. It's not the end. So happy birthday. Thanks. Thanks very much, Jeff.
Right. I'm going to put up something from Barbara from Christians Aware, just their conference, if I can find it. I've got so many things here. And then if Jed can be getting ready, because he'll be next from CSUN. So the Christians Aware conference is in January at at the Hayes, so that people can book through Christians Aware if they can contact Barbara.
Can I just say that Barbara, Chair of Christians Aware, is also on the exec of the National Justice and Peace Network, so we work closely together.
Right, Jed, do you want to come forward? And if Maria Elena can start to get ready, because she'll be following on.
Yeah, do you want, are you going to show the slides, or?
I thought you were showing them.
I can do, that's not a problem. Okay, let's see, here we go. Can you see that, folks?
Yeah, can you make it into a slideshow?
Yeah, I'll do that. I thought I could do that.
Top middle.
There we are. Okay, so lovely. So just 3 quick things, folks. I'm Jed Edwards from CSUN. Thanks for the time, Jeff. Appreciate it. So the first bit is on World Day of the Poor, which is coming up in November, and then a couple of resources for JMP members, particularly in parish groups. So World Day of the Poor, Pope Francis instituted this, of course. The 4th one is on the 15th, Sunday 15th November. It's a great event, becoming important really for us to raise issues around poverty. This year he wrote, Pope Francis, keeping our gaze fixed on the poor is difficult, but it's more than necessary than ever if we're to give proper direction to our personal life and the life of society. Now is a good time, he says, to recover the conviction that we need one another, that we've a shared responsibility for others and the world. Until we revive our sense of responsibility for our neighbour and for every person, grave economic, financial and political crises will continue. And how right he was and is. And our theme in CSUN this year for World Day of the Poor, the resources are on our website, is the richness of many years of life. So if you think, for example, about what care we would like in our later life, what would you like for each other? I know that my dad, when he went into residential care, it was a dreadful experience, and my mum begged the local Catholic home for a place, and eventually he managed to make it inside, and that's where he passed on. But it's a completely different life, and we'll raise support and money for local hospices, and rightly so, but our own Catholic providers, residential and nursing providers, are steadily going to the wall. They are the biggest group of largely independent, they're all independent, separate, but they are gradually going under, and we know from the pandemic just how important residential nursing care is. There are some fantastic resources on the CSUN website, and on this presentation there are links to them. The richness of many years of life is something which has been made into some CST guidance from Peter Kevin, who's Professor Social History at Staffordshire University, and gave that presentation to the Vatican recently in February. I'll just run through a little bit more. Going along the same lines with older people, arising from this project called Embrace, where he had 20 Catholic parishes and 3 diocesan charities, worked on that challenge that you can see there. The challenge is, how can we create more social connections that older people in their local neighbourhood, or of any faith or none, can feel are right for them? How can we make more social connections to link people who are isolated? And if you think about older people used to be much more valued than they are, it's all part of the economic system. CST has got a great deal to say about that, and CSUN's been doing its bit. This toolkit that we've developed in consultation with lots of these organisations is a guide for Catholic parishes and others for local discernment to start activities, particularly group activities. There are some wonderful stories about what that's been. It's been like, you know, people meeting in a pub, a wonderful sort of sewing group that got together, that brought people who were very skilled at sewing together and really enriched their lives, as well as create a little bit of a small business. And there's practical guidance on how to go through that. It's a fantastic resource. Really do recommend reaching out. Again, it's on our website. And finally, a response to the pandemic. So some guidance to help parishes to get a new or strengthened, adapted activities going to support those who are isolated or in need of shopping or a phone call or whatever it is. It's all there, developed by CSUN and SVP. There's lots of things which are very practical, plus some prayer and a whole range of just different ideas to get you thinking and provide you with a bit of confidence. So please do, if you can, share that resource with other people who will be interested and get more people involved and build that sense of the common good. Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate it. I'm sure this presentation will go out to everybody afterwards. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Marie-Elaine next, but if Liz or Bernadette from Macclesfield can be ready to talk on the slide following.
Great, thanks so much. I didn't do slides, but I've put all the key links into the chat. Just 3 quick things. First of all, you will probably have seen in the news that this past week, the DEC, the Disasters Emergency Committee, have now launched the coronavirus appeal. So if you can give, please donate. The links are there. As Claire mentioned in her talk, in Latin America and Asia, you know, things are just approaching the peak, and they're looking very, very bad. And lots of support is needed, particularly the DEC is focusing on places with big refugee camps and, you know, areas where there's just no health care at all and people are at the risk of starvation. So if you can give, please do. The second is today the G20 finance ministers are meeting, and we wanted to thank everyone who wrote to their MPs on debt cancellation. We were really thrilled that nearly 100 MPs and Lords wrote to the finance minister pushing for debt cancellation. So we'll see what happens this weekend. And lastly, on the season of creation, CAFOD's done a St. Francis novena in times of crisis. And the link is there for it. You can use it online. And we've also kind of created a little leaflet, and we have that leaflet that we can share. And in terms of the season of creation ecumenically, there is an ecumenical project called Climate Sunday, which was meant to just be encouraging services focusing on climate in the run-up to the G20 in Glasgow. That's now been postponed a year, so now it's launching on the 6th of Sunday the 6th of September, but it's kind of a whole year of activities, and there'll be themes every month. And the website climatesunday.org is also in the chat. Thanks very much.
Thank you. I'll put up a slide from Macclesfield. I'm not sure whether anybody's able to talk to it.
I'm here, Jeff.
Yeah, and if Alison can stand by as next from Together for the Common Good.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. So this one's a little bit more, what's the word, the opposite of recent. It's coming up very early next week. Within our parish of St Albans in Macclesfield, the then parish priest challenged people to do a Millennium project that would help in some real social way, and they created Just Drop In, which is a centre that helps young people with their mental health issues and helps them move on through life. Obviously in these times it's struggled more than ever with demand as well as with funding, especially with cash income via churches not happening. So the lady who currently runs it is coming to talk to our local Justice and Peace group on Tuesday. And in these wonderful worlds of Zoom, it means that anybody around the country can come and join us. So if you want to come, please drop me an email at justiceandpeacemac@gmail.com, and I'm sure Jeff can circulate that. And I'll send you a link to the meeting. We'd love to see anybody who can make it.
Thank you, Liz. Alison next, and if Julian can be on hand to follow that.
Has that worked? Have I shared my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So Together for the Common Good have created a couple of resources during the pandemic, both of which can be used online or in person. And the first one is about continuing to build on the social solidarity that's happened, where we've met other people and started working with them, and this is written in non-religious language. It introduces you to the principles of common good thinking, which are based on Catholic social teaching, but it means it's suitable to use with secular groups, with people of other faith, and it just runs through the principles in several sessions and then wants you to build an action plan. And then the other one...
Sorry, Alice, you aiming to put it on screen?
Yeah, is it there?
It's not there. No.
Oh no, how can I do it?
Just press the share and then find the particular file.
I've lost everything. Hang on. There we go. Okay, and then
Share.
Green
Share.
button at the bottom, Alison. It says share.
yeah,
screen.
I'm pressing it.
Yeah.
Share. Oh, we've got another button.
No, we've got your whole
No.
got your screen.
Oh, never mind.
If
Have
you
we got? Is that it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you may remember that Danny Curtin did a session at a networking meeting earlier in the year,
Yes.
and this this resource takes the Bible study resource that we already had about Bible verses relating to the common good, and translates it into something that you can use in Zoom sessions, and it works as a prequel or a sequel to the session that Danny did. So yeah, it's there and it's available and it's free to download, and if anyone uses it, I'd be really interested to know how they get on. Okay, thanks very much.
Can you end this?
Yeah, I can see stop share. There we go. Is that it?
Yeah. Julian, if you unmute yourself, I'll put the screen up for you to talk to. And if James from Operation Noah can be getting ready to come on after that.
Hi everybody. So from the Archbishop Romero Trust, this year we had all kinds of activities planned for the 40th anniversary of St. Oscar Romero's martyrdom, but they were all cancelled, and we shall replan them for March next year, when it will be the 40th/41st anniversary. But in the meantime, on Saturday, August the 15th is Oscar Romero's birthday, and we have normally had for the last 5 years, we've had a celebratory mass in St. George's Cathedral in Southwark. So we will have a mass, but it will be an online mass, a streamed mass with YouTube from the cathedral, celebrated by John O'Toole, who is the Episcopal Vicar for Kent, and last week made a Monsignor, strangely, lovely. And you're really all invited to join us on that day for a simple online mass to remember Oscar Romero, inspiration in troubled times. Saturday, August 15th. It's normally the Feast of the Assumption, but being a Saturday, it's been moved to the Sunday, so we can have a Romero Mass, and we're not confined by the liturgical prescriptions from Rome. Thank you.
Thanks, Julian. So if James can be ready to start now. Next up, after that will be Birmingham, so I'm not sure if Janet's still in the room, but if not, Anne maybe can say something on it.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm going to try and share my screen as well. Okay, so yeah, hello everyone. Great to see lots of familiar faces and a few new ones as well. As Jeff said, I work for Operation Noah on the Bright Now campaign, which encourages churches in the UK and also religious orders to divest or disinvest from fossil fuels and increase investment in renewable energy and clean technologies. Some of you may have heard a couple of months ago we had a global divestment announcement, which we did jointly with the Global Catholic Climate Movement and others, which 42 institutions from around the world joined, including the Jesuits in Britain and the Diocese of Arundel and Brighton. And last month, the Vatican very excitingly recommended that Catholic organisations divest from fossil fuels, which is good. So hopefully that will be yeah, something that Catholic dioceses and so on can do in the months and the year ahead. We're organising another global divestment announcement in November this year. In this photo, you can see Father Dominic, some of the Jesuits, when they made their announcement. And yeah, so we're working on another joint announcement with the Global Catholic Climate Movement, hopefully also the World Council of Churches again, and Green Anglicans and others. So if this is something that you think your diocese might be interested in, or that you might be interested in contacting your diocese, or also if you're perhaps from a religious order and you think again that they might be interested, then please do get in touch, and I'll put a link to our website and my email address in the chat box now. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I'm trying to find Birmingham now. If somebody from Birmingham is able to talk to them. Anna, is Kelly there?
Sorry, this is just advance notice for the Birmingham JMP Assembly, which will be on Zoom, so you're all welcome to join it. It'll be 3 sessions, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, from the 28th to the 4th of October on the climate emergency. So far, we've got John Paul Decay, who will be talking about ecological conversion, and Neil Thorns from CAFOD, talking about climate talks, and somebody from the West Midlands Authority about local plans, and hopefully also a prayer service on the Sunday. So it's the last week of creation time, so it will finish on the last day of creation time. So just keep an eye out on the Birmingham JMP website for more details, and the booking form will go up on there as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Sheila Thomas able to say something on the Catholic animal charities?
Oh, I was just going to mention that people may not be aware that I was thinking particularly of the liturgy that we finished with, very much focused on creation and Laudato Si. And I wanted to mention Catholic Concern for Animals, which is a Catholic charity that people may not know about. If you just look on the web on Catholic Animals, you'll find it.
Thank you. And finally, the last one I've got, I don't think Anne's in the room, but Anne Tracy asked me to mention about Sabeel and people's reactions on Israel. So I'll just put the slide up for you to see. Is that? It seems to have disappeared. I've lost it. Sorry, I'll try again. Doesn't seem to want to. No, it doesn't seem to want to come. For some reason, that one. So that was suggesting that people log into the Sabeel Kairos website, read about reactions to Israel and the present annexation. That's it for all the ones that I've actually managed to pick up. We're going to, I think everybody should be able to unmute themselves now. So really, it's a chance for anybody to just sort of say hello to their friends and chat. And then once the last one's the last few are in the room, I'll close the room down. Thank you very much for listening and for being part of it today. And hopefully see you in September.
See you before then, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks so much, Jeff. It was a great day.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. It was absolutely great.
Well done.
Amazingly organised.
I talk to each other rather than me. It's a networking day. We normally get a chance to talk to our friends and say hello and things. So
I've just seen on chat that Teresa from Pax Christi
oh, I've missed Teresa. Yeah, I've missed her off
wanted
the
to
list.
say something.
Sorry,
And she
Teresa,
can't
I
unmute.
apologise. I completely missed you off the list.
But she says she can't unmute.
Right. I shall make her a co-host, and then just give me a second. Right. I knew it would happen, that I'd miss somebody. Right, you're a co-host now, Teresa, so you should be able to unmute. And
hello, hello. Boy, that was frustrating. Well, hello, sorry, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so glad a few people are still here. 2 things from Pax Christi. I did put something in the chat. The Hiroshima and Nagasaki memorials are coming up. It's an auspicious year because it's 75 years this year. So I did just put a link there. You can find information on the Pax Christi website. But in a more overarching way, I wanted to just update you about non-violence, which Father Joe spoke a lot about peace and justice this afternoon, which I was thrilled to hear, because non-violence is how we do peace and justice. Gospel non-violence is how we do peace and justice. The Catholic Non-Violence Initiative has some incredibly smart people doing a lot of work, producing a lot of resources, both for practical things we can do, but also academic theology stuff and biblical exegesis. It's all there in this ocean of material about non-violence. We are trying to move the church on this and bring non-violence into the centre where it belongs. And Pax Christi is one of the new resources is a 5-session course about non-violence to help us deepen our understanding of non-violence. We're going to be running those courses soon online. And I just think it's really good for you to be aware that this ocean of work on non-violence we're hoping will turn into a tsunami which will wash through the church, bringing non-violence to every corner. And it will be good for people of justice and peace to have done some deepening of our understanding through this 5-session course, for example, and be able to surf that wave when it comes. Okay, so we'll be spreading the news about when you can access some of those 5-session courses soon. Thank you.
Sorry, Teresa.
It's fine. It's been a big day, Jeff.